Welcome back to another unboxing, and we are doing the Scowl. Oh, I can't say that.
No, you'll get cancelled.
I don't know about that. Silent Knife,
Silent Night.
which was the Scoundrel in 1.0.
Holy Night.
Holy night. What do you remember from this, other than loot? I think it's got to move and loot.
Lots of movement. And disarming everybody.
Disarm?
Yeah, disarm.
Is this a bird? Like,
No.
does it actually?
Yeah.
It actually does?
Well, it might not anymore. I'm pretty
okay.
sure one of the level 9 cards was like absolutely busted.
I thought it was just like a single target, like throwing silent knives at people.
Yeah, it probably is as well. But I like low initiative. It reminds me of the Blink Blade. Like seeing the Blink Blade played made me go, okay, this is like the
Blink Blade 1.0.
Yeah,
okay.
That's it.
Well, what predictions other than that can we possibly make?
Movement, attack, looty.
Okay, was there an affinity? An elemental affinity?
Well, I mean, I don't remember one, but then we know that it's a lie, so it doesn't really matter.
And was there, no, there's no other special things, right?
No. I mean, hopefully they've done something with it.
Well, look, there's words there.
There's heaps of text.
There's words
so
there.
much
You do
text.
damage.
You do damage. Now, here's how damage works.
You damage, you're fast, and loot.
Yeah, make sure you don't do too much damage,
What,
because otherwise people at your table will get sad.
Oh, okay. But then don't loot too much either. So if it's got the tools that it's really good at, that's also going to be upsetting the table.
Yeah, so you got to like run at about 70%. Otherwise, people will kick you out. Yeah,
That's fair.
Yeah.
With my original playthrough with you, we didn't actually have a Silent Night. The
C
we didn't play with one. It was one of the starters that we didn't have.
No, I don't think we did we? Yeah. So because that's the thing, right? Like you have 6 starters, and because the way that you unlock characters in Gloomhaven is different to Frosthaven, that every time you unlock one, you're pretty much getting a new one. People always like, oh, old crappy starter or brand new cool thing that I don't know what it does. I'll go with a new thing. So yeah, it makes sense. We might even end up in that situation again with our playthrough.
Yeah, it's because it's not an elf, is it?
No, I don't think elves are in.
Yeah, but it would be the most elf-looking character. I think that's why no one played it, was because it was like, I know what I'm going to get out of this. This and the Brute. We didn't play those two, were not in our starters because we went for actual interesting-looking characters.
Yeah, possibly. So,
Zing.
it's a snap. All right, let's read out some stuff. So, as per usual, just read out the second
What race is it again? Is it human?
It is a human.
I actually didn't know that, but then I was trying to work out what else could it be.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we haven't had any humans so far, have we? Not in Gloomhaven, not yet? Okay,
no.
Cool.
No.
All right, so I'm going to read this out and see if I get through this paragraph before Daddy can undo the...
That's why I'm starting this, and I'm asking every now and then a question to delay you.
To delay me, yeah.
No, I got it.
Ah, damn it. An elite member of Gloomhaven's most prestigious Assassins Guild, the Silent Knife's skill with a blade is unparalleled. Contracting these elite mercenaries is costly, but once they've set their sights on a mark, a Silent Knife employs any means necessary to get the job done and collect their dues. All right, so guessing game. What complexity do you think the Silent Knife is running at?
1.
1 it is.
They've all been fairly low, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're the
starters.
starters. Makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, Frosthaven...
It hated people, right? But I think there's a balance. Anyway, elemental affinities.
Elephant affinity?
Elephant affinities. Yes, it has an affinity with elephants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
None.
Why not wind? I feel like this is the perfect one to have a little bit of a wind affinity.
I mean, the Brute had none, and it still had a whole bunch of affinities, didn't it? Or one.
That's true.
So, all right, what is its highest...
Ranged.
No, I'll give you a hint.
Melee.
That is one of them. The hint is that there's 2.
Range the melee.
No, range...
Movement and range. Movement and melee.
Ranged is still incorrect, even though you keep saying it.
So it's not ranged. It better not have a ranged ability then.
It has ranged. It's just not the highest one.
Okay, that's fair.
Melee and mobility. Yes, you got that right.
See?
Cool.
We got there.
We did. What's its lowest? I'll give you a hint. There's
Support.
3 lowest.
Support, defense.
And the last one.
What's the other category?
Starts with C. Ends with...
Crouching.
It ends with on troll.
Control.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But disarm, you said. disarm his control. You said it's just throwing disarms out everywhere.
I did not say that. I said it had one disarm at level 9.
Daddy, roll the rewind thing.
All right, so Silent Knife. Let's have a look at this. So firstly, how many cards do you think it has in its hand?
10.
No.
Higher or lower?
Oh, well,
Has to be higher.
if I tell you that, you'll know
11.
the answer. It's not.
12?
No.
It's lower?
I didn't say that.
It has to be. It can't be 13.
Could be 13.
No, it can't
might
be
be
13.
14.
It's 9.
It is 9.
I should have known this because I could have counted the cards.
It's good to see you're not paying attention. So, and what about its health?
So, my thing was squish, and I'm assuming Spellweave is probably going to be squish. So this is going to be medium.
Medium is correct. 8, yeah?
Yes.
What's max?
I think so.
Yep.
Max is like 20.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because so it's like 6, 8, 10, yeah?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
cool. That makes sense.
Roughly.
All right, let's see what the Silent Knife wants to tell us about how to play the
Lot of
character.
text.
Oh, what do you? We'll do the text first, and then we'll do the traits, the attributes.
Yeah.
What are they called? All right. Rather than fighting with pure brute force, you have 2 tactics to gain the upper hand in combat: attacking enemies who are distracted by your adjacent allies, or attacking enemies who are completely isolated in the battlefield. Understanding how your allies move and communicating with them regarding their plans can help you determine which approach is best for you both before and during the scenario.
I feel like that's a copy and paste job for every character.
No, I mean I think this is talking about like they must have 2 kind of bonuses because they've got little pictures here, but I think it's talking about like attacking them that are adjacent to your allies versus
When they're on their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they've got 2 examples.
But the coordinating with your allies is kind of...
Yeah, exactly. You should talk to the people you're playing the game with. That could be fun and sometimes improve your play. So they've got like an example of ally adjacency where it's got an attack 3, add +2 attack and gain 1 XP if the target is adjacent to any of your allies. All right, so something like that. Or there's the enemy isolation example where it's attack 3, add +2 and gain 1 XP if the target is adjacent to none of its allies.
Okay, but it can be next to yours,
Yeah.
which is a double... Okay.
Which is,
Ultimately, you want something next to them at all times.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, cool. Well, I don't believe that was from the OG. So
Not
I
too
feel like
sure.
that might be a way that maybe there was some of that, but they've leaned into it hard.
The isolation thing I vaguely remember just from a glance. But yeah, other than that.
Because of your small hand size, her hands aren't that small. They're like regular size. Look.
Oh, maybe they get smaller.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. Losing cards has a steep cost. If you find yourself often exhausted well before the end of the scenario, you may gain more turns by performing fewer actions with lost action earlier. Yeah.
So it's like a little gameplay tip
Yep.
for smaller hand-sized people.
Burning your cards means that you exhaust quicker.
Well, from memory, the Spellweaver's got even less, so that must exhaust much faster.
That's faster. It is easy for you to go early in the round, but you may also want to bring some cards with late initiatives to allow you to approach enemies after their turns, allowing you to get free attacks safely.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't mind these little kind of... I know they sound obvious and we make fun of them. Like, we joke about that. But, like, for people that are picking this up for the first time, that's not instantly, like, obvious.
No, when we would have first started playing, initiative is king, right? Every single round, you're playing your lowest card, pretty much every time. There's never a reason to do it late because you don't necessarily know why.
Yeah.
Even though it makes sense once you get told. But yeah.
Well, because everyone's rushing to play their cards
Correct.
to kill everything, right? And then everyone goes and you're like, yeah, everything's dead except for that one thing. I'm like, your lowest initiative, you went at 6 and you're dying now, right? So, yeah. And I think the burning thing, it's interesting because when I went back and played digital, which was years after we played, I remember playing with my mate and went to the first scenario and I basically exhausted in like the end of halfway through the second room. Because it's like, I kind of forgot how this game worked. I was just like burning cards like crazy. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I needed him to read out, don't burn all your cards really quickly because you'll exhaust. So after that, I was like, okay, no, I've got the hang of this. He's like, I thought you played this before. I'm like, no, I did, but I had maybe been playing WoW and I was just like pushing all the buttons. So, cool. What do we think it's...
Outcasts? Nimble?
No. Nimble, yes.
Assassin's Guild?
Yes, that's one of them.
The ones that was intimidating.
No.
Oh, well, I'm out now.
Yeah. Think painting doves, painting imps.
Nimble?
No.
Resourceful?
Yes. Yeah. Throwback to episode 1.
I feel like you guys could have made more keywords, but I get that you probably want to make these characters work in all the versions of the game and all that kind of stuff.
Because when it comes up with Assassin's Guild, you're like, well, that's useless in Frosthaven, right? What's its first one? We had nimble and resourceful.
Strong.
Nah, it's what would you do if you were the opposite of order?
You were chaotic.
Yes. So, yeah.
I don't get that vibe.
Nah, I don't either. But anyway, cool. All right. Let's do it. Any questions? Thoughts?
I don't think so. No, I'm a big fan of, like we were just discussing, that whole helping, because at the end of it, like helping how to get an idea of how, not so much a character plays, but how you would play a character with a low hand size because of exhaustion reasons. But I think a lot of people who've jumped into Gloomhaven originally sometimes are struggling with the difficulty, and they're wiping and all of that. And I think something like that is just an easy way. Like, I think Frosthaven, and they did that with the Scenario 0. I'm not sure if 2.0 has a Scenario 0, where they kind of gave you a set amount of cards for the character, depending on what class you were playing, and said, take these cards here, and that was like to get used to the ropes. So I think that they're doing all of the right things when it comes to introducing even more people to the system ultimately.
Yeah, no, it does. It seems like they're doing the right things to make these proper starters.
Make it approachable.
I mean, we've reviewed a few of them now, and they all still seem pretty interesting. So, yeah. So, knowing that, and what do you think these cards are all going to be about? What's it going to do?
We're looking at bonus attacking. If it's obviously you're going to want a frontliner or someone next to things. Like apparently range is not a thing. It's really low down on the pecking order, so I expect to see no range.
No, range was at second highest. You just kept saying range.
So there's two that were yeah.
Okay. So melee and mobility are like max. Okay. Range is one below max, and then support, defense, and control all 1.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't have none though. Interestingly.
So I'm expecting conditions on the poison variety, because I don't think any of the other starters were doing that. Even though we should know because we just did them all recently. I'm not expecting invis because, I mean, then there's 2 characters that go invis, although this would be the character to go invis if it was, to have an invis character. Other than that, I just imagine damage, movement, and looting.
Yeah, let's say I think low initiative damage, high damage. I think it's high. It's going to be high conditional damage. I think it obviously is like medium health, but it can be low cards, right? So it's got less stam. I think it is going to be a little bit about picking and choosing your fight. So hopefully that's it. Because if it's just a go in and murder everything and don't worry about it, then it defeats the purpose. But
This is what's surprising about the Bruiser that we did. The Bruiser had a couple of those cards that were real hard hitting. That to me was always this character. The Bruiser was never the hard hitting single target damage one. It was always like the Scoundrel was the one that was going to be, don't worry guys, I got the burn, that's the boring attack 6.
Yeah, okay.
But because the Bruiser's already got those, I'm going to be pleasantly surprised by these.
Yeah, hopefully it's a bit more interesting. So, yeah.
How many do you have?
3, 4, 5, 6. How many you got?
I also have 6. Yeah, which makes sense.
Yep, cool.
How many X's do you have? I have 2.
I have 1.
So then I will go first, I think.
Sure.
Shit, I don't know how the math works on this.
This is just...
Flanking Strike.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
This goes at a 4.
Okay, so by far the fastest out of the 5 starters we've seen. Yep.
Yeah. Flanking Strike, what do you think that means?
I feel like if you hit someone who is adjacent to one of your allies, then you are going to do more damage.
Yep, so it's an attack 3.
Yep.
At +2. And gain 1 XP for target is adjacent to any of your allies. And in brackets it says this is on the starting cardboard. No, it doesn't say that, but this is your example.
Yep.
The bottom is a move 5. Did it show that on the example?
Move 5.
Yeah.
No. It didn't.
That's it. It's a move 5.
Oh, wow, but not burn.
Not burn.
Just, run with your legs really fast.
That has to be the highest movement on a non-burn that I've seen. That's not conditional based on something else.
Yeah, 100%. It's not like, but eat this element and...
At a 4.
At a 4. Where do you want to go? Wherever you want to go, you're going really
This card
quickly.
is must pick. You can't never not pick this card. It's... You're almost guaranteed to get that 5 off. It's 1 XP, and then move 5 on the bottom, and the initiative 4.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
I've won.
Based on that one card, this character's OP.
Like, jokes, not jokes, I don't know.
If that just had, like, 13 of these or 9 of these in your hand, game over. So.
Yeah, no, gross.
All right. I won't do the X first. I'll do the...
I had them all like face down so that you can just pull them from the top.
Yeah, okay, that's good. So it's like draw my cards.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, single out. What do you think this card does, Teddy?
If it's not next to someone, well, first it's going to do damage if it is next to someone, but it'll do more damage and gain an XP if it is on its own.
That's exactly
Maybe 3
what it
plus
does.
2?
Maybe the example. 3 plus 2 and an XP.
Is it ranged?
It is not. It goes at an 86, so this is the high initiative in that low high, yeah. And yeah, so the top is attack 3, 2 bonus plus 2 damage and an XP if it is adjacent to none of its allies. And then we have the bottom on your next 4. So this is a burn, persistent with little triggers. On next 4 attacks targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies, add plus 3 damage.
3 instances of that.
4 instances of that.
Ooh, plus 3.
Yeah, so the bottom of this card is worth 12 damage.
If it's not next to any of its allies.
Yeah.
So even pairing it with this one right here, that becomes an attack 8.
It does, because that one wants it next to your allies, right? So yeah, if you fill the conditions of that and this, yeah. It's just interesting. I mean, like, again, I suppose this is the thing with a 9-hand character, right? Is that you could, but you probably then, you burn this turn 1 and start going to town. You're running out of cards really quickly.
Yeah, but the broom's dead.
Yeah, that's true. And probably the extra as well, yeah. I know. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. I like it. What I like about this as well, though, is that this isn't a must-play at the start, and it's very conditional, right? It's like, hey, the next, maybe you've got 5 or 6 cards left, so you've gone through a couple of rest cycles, and you're like, we need to get the damage on now. You play this, and then your next 3 or 4 turns, I'm sure there's going to be a bottom attack in here somewhere as well, can just pump damage. So you can really go, we need burst now, and it's not something you have to really pre-plan for. I like those type of persistent burns when you can kind of choose when you want to make it go, rather than I had to think about this 5 turns ago. Because, yeah. So.
Is it on your next attacks?
Next 4 attacks targeting enemies adjacent to none of their allies.
Yeah, okay. So you could attack one next to it to not use it.
Yeah, so you can pick and choose. Yeah. So if it's, that's it.
Because you've obviously got to move 5 here. This screams go to the back and pick off the archers or something like that. You've already got the tools designed, for that to go in there and do that, especially with, the top and then, like you said, deciding when to do the bottom. And there's, 2 XP on the bottom?
Yeah, 2 XP, yeah. Yeah, it's a good point, right? Ready to go into the last room, knowing you're in a scenario that has archers or something like that in it. You play this before you open the door and then go first turn and just jump all the way to the back and just delete something. So
I like having rolls, like those kind of rolls. You feel important and then you feel like crap when
you just pull that.
And you fluff.
Yeah.
All right, quick hands.
Yeah, okay.
Goes at a 23.
It's not that quick.
No.
It's not 4.
No, it's like semi, what was the scale? Semi, fast, quick, medium hands.
Yeah.
And remember, they're small.
They are small.
The top is a loot 1, break, move 2.
Loot 1, break, move 2. Oh, so the move after. But the top loot is interesting. Okay.
But it's also on top. The movement as well. So you're not attacking with the top of this.
Yeah, okay.
It's a reposition. Maybe it's we're moving to the next room kind of thing. But I like that it has not made it, it's not a straight up move loot.
Well, on the bottom, move 2, loot 1 just is pretty basic, but also very easy, right? Yeah, okay.
The bottom is a attack 3.
Ah, it's a bit of switcheroo.
Bit of switcheroo, 1 XP.
Okay.
You're forced to get that 1 XP. It really
You have to have it.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool to have the bottom, and that's a bottom there as well. Yeah, okay. So you're in the right position. You go early. I mean, that's an attack 5. It's a lot of damage. It's an insane amount of damage.
Yeah.
But I like that the top is not a straight up. You're probably going to have to plan around that.
Yeah, well, that's it. So hopefully there's other bottom attacks, so you can make use of like a loot and then move and then do a bottom attack, because they're on the same card. So yeah.
Interesting. You raise a good point about traditionally attacks are on top, movements on the bottom. If a character was to be a little bit more the opposite, not so much flexible, but the opposite, because you keep the movement, the default movement on the cards and the default attack on the tops, but it could be, weird.
All right. We have Swift Bow. swift bow.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
swift,
Well, it sounds ranged.
Swift bow.
Oh, like a fast bow.
Bow and bow are spelt the same, aren't they?
They are.
Because the English language is
Yep.
dumb.
Yeah.
So are we swiftly bowing?
This is where the speed thing is starting to confuse me a
so
little bit.
36.
Okay.
It's not that swift.
Who named these?
But it is a ranged attack. So I think it's bow.
Does that add? Oh, okay.
It's not bow.
No.
It's not a ranged bow. No. So it's an attack 3 at range 4.
Attack 3, range 4. Good
Yeah.
range. Is that buffable range?
No, it's buffable attack.
Okay.
And the bottom is a move 3. Loot each hex entered with the move ability.
Ooh. No, there it is.
Yep,
Okay.
Just like vacuum it up.
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
The loot hungry one, and I have definitely seen conversation where the scoundrel of the old. I mean, this is a completely different character now, so we can't carry that basis onto this. But scoundrels were known for being scoundrels.
I just think you just change your name. It doesn't make you not a scoundrel anymore.
Just looting everything.
I mean, interestingly as well, with the buff for the first card that I had was on the next 4 attacks, not melee attacks. So that is working as well with the range. So, I mean, that +3 makes, I mean, again, you can play these in the same turn as well because that's the bottom and that's the top. So, that being able to just put out 6 damage at range 4 is again, could be pretty clutch. So, yeah.
It's not mindless so far.
No.
That's
It's not just
what I was worried
attack
about.
move the other side of the room. Yeah. Interesting.
Super fast Venom Shiv.
Goes at a 92.
No, it's just Venom Shiv. Which, this is the card that you probably should have put a fast name at the start of because it goes at an 8. Maybe we're doing it wrong. And our concept of what's fast and what's not is actually incorrect.
That's true. We do a lot of things wrong. That could be one of them.
There was 2 dots on there that are no longer on there.
Did you just remove the enchantable?
No, there was something else. And I was like, what is that? All right, it's an attack 3, PS1, poison.
Attack 3, PS1, poison. Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm. So there's the poison. Good thing it's got PS. I forgot that this would seem like the PS character as well. And then the bottom is a round bonus. Add 2 PS to all your ranged attacks this round.
Oh, okay, cool.
So more of that utility card. When you want to bring it based on what mobs you're going to fight. A lot of shield stuff. If you don't have a poison enabler or a condition applier for other characters that may want that. But also the initiative is really juicy.
Yeah, I think it's interesting putting a pierce and poison on the same kind of attack, right? Because it takes it. If this didn't have the poison, for example, and even if it was an attack 4 to compensate, attack something with pierce, and then the bottom is add pierce to all your range attacks. That becomes almost like an X card, where you go, there are some scenarios I just don't want to take this because nothing has shield, so I don't need it. Having the poison on there and going at an 8 means that attack 3 with poison, even if you're not hitting stuff with shield and going in at 8, becomes really good. Like it becomes just I'll have this and something might just accidentally have a shield. That'll be helpful, but it's not the reason I'm bringing it. So it's an interesting, not X card. No. It becomes not niche anymore.
No. It's good for the support silent knife. Because ultimately the poison pierce then makes it a PS1 for everyone else.
It does. I mean, I feel like, this and this card, hitting something for 3 with poison and then hitting it again for 3 when it's got the poison.
Synergy.
Yeah, that's it.
And having that persistent up at the same time for both attacks.
God. Okay, cool. So just hitting it for 9 and poison and then 6 and poison and then 7. Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Yeah, good.
And we haven't seen the AMD yet.
No, I'm sure it's bonkers. All right, let's go. Sinister Opportunity.
Phil, you listening?
Because of Sinister Opportunity?
No.
Okay, because of Silent Knife doing massive damage, yeah. It goes at a 93, so this is that late card the guide told us about. Attack 3. Add +1 if the target is adjacent to any of your allies. Add +1 if the target is adjacent to none of its allies. And gain advantage and 1 XP if both are true.
Wow, okay.
So this is one of the ones that you were talking about where you line both of them up. So if it's next to one of your allies and not next to its allies, this is an attack 5 with advantage.
Yeah, okay. It's interesting because like the wording of that, yeah, it makes sense and it sounds cool, but that's already like if a mob in general is next to one of your allies, it lines up for all of these requirements because it's not next to any of its allies because of the +2 from the other attacks. And this one's basically wording it like
Well, yeah, I mean, it can be like it could be next to one of your allies, but also next to one of its allies, right?
Yeah,
Like,
okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so those aren't mutually exclusive, but yeah, it's interesting that this wants you to care about both of those things, which is a cool play on that,
True,
right?
true.
And what I like about this is that attack 4 is still pretty solid at. Like, I know it's a 93, so obviously you're trying to pair it, either go late or pair it with a quicker card. But it's just attack 4 is good, right?
So the base attack is 4.
Well, but it's 3, but you get +1 if it's... So there's 2 instances of +1. So you can likely be able to qualify for one of those, right?
And then with that, it's making the minimum requirement for a decent hit, which is 8. Like,
yeah, I reckon. I mean, that's 5, yeah, 6, 7, 8. 8 with advantage. Not bad.
oh, it's with advantage as well, yeah.
Well, because you get the advantage, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, okay, cool. Like, again...
That's not a burn either.
No,
Not a lot of
not a lot of burns. 9 cards. You don't have many much opportunity for burns.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't, like, the burns, based on what we're seeing right now, the burns would have to be really bonkers.
Amazing. I know, that's what I was just going to say that, because this is essentially attack 5 with advantage.
What's a burn for another character?
Yes. This is an attack 5. Actually, I'm seeing, okay, that's an attack 5. So individually, these are ones that care about being next to one of your allies or the opposite being by itself are getting +2, whereas this only gets +1. But if you get both of those right, then you get the 2 and you get the advantage. So it's kind of, this is better if you fulfill both of those, but it's still these are 5. So yeah, you're right. Like attack 5 with advantage is...
Yeah, and yeah, okay.
Yeah, cool. Oh, I like it. I want the burn card's probably going to say if there are any enemies on the board, they're all dead. Right?
Have they scaled the health up from the monsters?
Hopefully.
For 1.0. Because I feel like, because this is like the persistent that gives it a +3 that's making a lot of these just standard attacks attack, like 8. That's without the AMD. Now, we're assuming that all the -1s and a couple of the +0s are going to be turned into +1s. And we've seen +2s being added to a lot of characters now, and the occasional +3.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking like a base attack 10. Just
I mean, this is only 4 attacks. This isn't like every attack. So, but yeah, look, no, I agree. I mean, this looks like it, so far, it wants to do lots of damage, and you need a character like that, right?
good analysis.
The bottom is a move 5.
Another one.
Another one. Yep.
Okay. Whoever plays this can never complain about not having the movement to get to wherever it needs to be.
If they don't escape and escape scenario, they're
This should be the first
banned.
out. This should be in the next scenario already. Practiced reflexes goes at a 64. This might be the binniest initiative we've seen so far,
Yeah,
which is pretty good.
Yep.
Top is an attack, move 3, break.
An attack?
Move 3, break, attack 3.
Oh, okay.
There's the 3.
There's the 3.
Yeah, okay. That's it. So yeah, you can use that with that bottom persistent as well, being a movement and an attack on
Yep.
top.
Move 3, attack 3. Cool.
And then yeah, the bottom attack over there. Ugh. All right, the bottom is a move 3. You may choose not to spring traps in hexes you enter with this movement. Break. Destroy 1 trap in a hex you entered with this with the move ability to gain 1 XP.
Cool. I think I remember a card like this from the original. I'm not sure. It
I
definitely
don't.
sounds familiar. So
Yeah, okay. So, because when it's worded like that, you may choose not to spring traps in it. In my head, I'm like, is that really necessary? Because everyone's jumping, right? Jump boots and all of that kind of stuff, or jump enhancements. But, I mean, the fact that you can then remove it for your allies, I guess, makes this a little bit more... yeah, no. And then move attack on top already makes this a really good card.
well, I mean, the move attack on top combined with any of these 2 move 5s. I mean, you're moving 8 in a turn and then hitting for 3.
You're in the other scenario now. Like,
No.
you finished the game.
Not bad, not bad. What's interesting about that card is that the top is the part that you're going to play all the time, right? Unless you need the bottom. So they've kind of put,
Yeah.
like, it's a utility card, but only half of the card is utility. The other one is just perfectly fine all the time. You're not sacrificing anything. You're like, I'll just move and attack, with half this card in case I actually need to get through. So,
And it worse is the move 3.
yeah, exactly. So, all right. This one's called Throwing Knives.
Are they silent ones?
Yes, throwing silent knives
Okay.
with tiny hands. All right, so it goes at a 10, so it's quick, but it doesn't have quick in the name. It's just regular speed throwing knives. It's attack 2, targeting 2 at range 3. Get an XP.
Okay, that's the first multi-attack one we've seen.
Yep, so hitting 2 things. So, yeah, interesting. Range 3, good range.
So range 3, attack 2, target 2. Yeah, okay. Because then this is the first one that has, with this persistent, adding PS2 to all your ranged attacks.
Of course, yes.
But there's already a problem with that.
Ooh, okay.
This goes to an 8.
Yeah, this goes at a 10. Yeah, okay. That's a good point as well. And then the bottom is a pull 2 range 3. That is all.
That's your isolator. And pulling things next to allies.
Yeah, good call.
Gives you the control.
Yeah.
I thought I had no control.
No, 1 bar. 1 bar control,
That's
1
it right
bar
there?
defense, 1 bar
So
support.
It's out of control
That's
now.
it, out of control.
Yeah, okay.
That one thing was its, what? Support?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what you'd call conditions.
Yeah. So, yeah, interesting. Okay, again, that's a that kind of utility thing, kind of piece. But I mean, I guess a pull 2 at range 3 is kind of like a move 2. So, but you can maybe use it to
But
your
it's
advantage
exciting.
a little bit more. Well, I mean, if you
not
are
boring.
pull things through, pull them through a trap next to you and your ally, and now you're hitting it with sinister opportunity for 5. Like, I think that has the chance of it being more combo-ish, right? Rather than just, again, move 2 or
Correct.
move 3.
Yeah.
It does have the chance. So,
Well,
yeah,
it
that's cool.
finally gives you agency to create the opportunity for your other cards. Because the other ones, there's no card that does that right now.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Yeah, all
We're
of
not
the
counting
others
movement.
rely on everyone else or the monsters. So if they just don't line up, or you're playing with a group of people who don't talk to each other, and you can't communicate that, like, hey, can someone stand next to that thing? Everyone just looks at you like, this at least says, I'm going to do it myself.
Yeah.
Once per rest cycle, I can use one of my abilities.
Yeah. And it's important that it's on the bottom as opposed to being a top.
Yes.
That would be crap.
Yeah, it would be the worst.
It would be horrendous. That would be the worst decision ever. I've got 2 X's, so
Okay.
you go again.
I have level 1. Special mixture.
I looked at it a little bit.
I
just
think,
then.
I think this is a support card.
It's also a lie.
Well, no, it doesn't use the thing, it generates the thing.
No, is that what we worked out, did we?
It goes at a 33.
Uh-huh.
Top, heal 3 self. Well, that's not support, actually, because it's just healing yourself.
Yeah, but it's on top. No
Yeah.
one likes that.
Okay, and generate dark.
Yep.
Who
There's the
wants
lie.
Who wants dark?
Mind Thief.
Okay, interesting. And then the bottom is a move 3, and then break, and then poison at range 1. So move 3, poison something next to you.
Okay.
I mean, heal 3 on top sucks.
It does, but there's no other card so far that's doing it. So that's the feel bad to bring in because no one else is going to heal you kind of card.
It's just rough with a 9 card hand limit, right? Like, the thing that would be tricky with this is that you bring it so that you've got some self-healing. You probably don't need self-healing until, hopefully, till at least a bit into the scenario. Probably past your first rest. So you're now down to 8 cards if you haven't burnt any. You don't want to burn this because this seems like your worst card. So you're now holding it, you're burning one of your better cards.
Really well thought out, yeah.
Right? And so now you have to hold on to it till you're down to 5 cards, and now suddenly it becomes useful, but you've just had this card that doesn't do anything. I mean, move 3 and poison something next to you is pretty good, especially if you can use these things to isolate, because it's buffing up your damage, so it's not useless. But it just feels like the kind of card that you feel like you'll have to bring, and you'll hate having in your hand all the time.
And that's why it's a good design.
Yeah, totally. I'm not knocking the design at all.
No.
It's just it's that decision.
Yeah.
It's like, I need to bring this because if you don't have, like, I don't know which characters are healing, but it doesn't seem like many of them. If you need a bit of, like, I'm going to die
Yeah, ideally, yeah. You go in, you kill everything in the room, and then that's your transitional. I don't want to use one of my attacks, so I'm moving into from one room to another. I will heal myself for 3.
Yeah. So yeah, interesting.
You do not want to be poisoned either.
Oh no, not at all. That's the worst.
Just quickly, 1 burn. Is that correct?
Yeah, 1 burn and it's persistent. Yeah.
So I dare say these are probably going to be it. X's are the ones that are usually going to spice it up.
Possibly, yeah. Cool.
But yeah.
Let's have a look.
All right. Backstab.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
It's an attack 5. It goes at a 6, yeah. No, it's not fast backstab.
Okay. It's just,
So we obviously got it wrong.
yeah. The word quick, swift, doesn't mean it goes fast.
The 4 is just called flanking strike,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Attack 5 plus 2 if you're behind the target.
Behind?
Yeah, there's position. No, I'm lying. Consume dark.
No, it does not say that.
Consume dark to add plus 2 to the attack and 1 XP. The lie.
It says none though. Like, is that not what that word? I know we had a bit of confusion with bow and
Everything
bow.
we have misunderstood about this game.
Oh no, I see what the problem is. Elemental affinities. If you get
Is
rid
it-
of the
is it
N,
plural?
it just says 1.
Oh.
So none. If you drop the N, maybe they just lent on the N when they were typing it out and no one checked it.
But it does say affinities. We're allowed to have one. Add. Okay,
Wait,
so
start the count again because otherwise
attack
I
5.
don't know what it does anymore.
Attack 5.
Yeah.
Consume dark to add plus 2 and an XP.
Okay.
Add plus 2 and gain 1 XP if the target's adjacent to any of your allies. It's a burn.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So an extra 2 damage.
No, an extra 4.
But yeah. So yes, because you hit it, you're starting at 5 rather than 3, which the others are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so it's 5 plus 2 if dark's up, plus 2 if they're adjacent to any
So
of the allies.
9.
Yep.
Okay. So we were right.
Yep.
The burns are bonkers,
Yep.
right? Because that's now 12 with this.
Yeah, and then AMD.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
The bottom is a move 6.
Oh, it's gonna be slightly better than all these moves.
Well, they had to, right?
Yeah.
They had to do something that was going to be a good spammable card in order to bring the
Wait,
top.
is that it?
Yeah.
So it's just move 6, just because.
Power creep.
It's just- Wow. Like, if anything, I would thought the bottom of that card would be worse than these ones because that way you're not like. Yeah. Okay.
Well, maybe because it's a move 6. It's like, oh, do I use it for the move 6 or the burn, right? And if it was lesser than, you know.
Yes, you do. You can use it for the move 6 for like
Really
3
reaching.
rest cycles, and then you go, I'm just going to blow something up.
This thing has more movement than any other character I've ever seen ever. 'Cause,
Yep. Yep.
I mean, what are the non-AMDs going to look like? They can't
Yeah.
possibly buff damage. They can't buff movement. You know, if you start your turn next to an enemy, add plus 3 to your movement or something like that. This thing's faster than the blink blade.
It is. It is. All right. Our last, I set the second last X card, my last X card, is Smoke Bomb.
Ooh.
Ninja Vanish.
Invis?
Yes. So 12. It goes at a 12. So it's not a fast smoke bomb. It's just a regular smoke bomb. The top is a permanent persistent. No, it's a 1 ticks persistent. Okay. One little circle. It reads, Invis self. Break. Then it's got the text and the little circle thing for the thing. On your next attack while you have Invis, double the value of the attack.
The second you started that, I'm like, hang on, there's a double in here somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. And gain 2 XP.
So what's the wording of it again?
On your next attack while you have invisibility, double the value of the attack.
Okay.
So you can play this, go invis. Obviously, then you get your next turn because you're still invis.
Yeah.
And then you can play
Go
your
at 4.
attack 12 burn card to double that and then pull your crit to double that. And then if they're brittled, you get to double that. Double.
Yeah, but Britta's not in this. But you can house rule it in, maybe.
We can. We just play frosthaven.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay.
Wow. What's really cool about this? Also, it doesn't really
hang
make
on.
any sense.
So haven't we already established what was really cool about it?
That it can do like 80
Yeah.
is that On your next attack, while you have invis, double the value of the attack.
So you can keep it, go invis and wait till you go invis again.
Yeah, so in situations where...
But isn't that the only card that makes you invis?
So far, yeah. I mean, there's going to be other ways, but like that's the thing. It'd be pretty niche that you do it because there's also burning a card to do it, which you don't really want to do in life. But I see these situations where if it was just your next attack, right, is double damage, and then you do this and you do something else or whatever, and then the board state changes, right? Like someone nukes everything, and you're like, well, now I have to use my burn that I've just kind of set up. At least it sits there. And if you've got another way of invis, you could potentially make use of it later.
Were you breaching a boss room or something like that?
Something. Yeah, true. There's that as well.
Before you go in.
So there's a few... I just like the way that's set up rather than just like your next attack. The other thing as well, though, is that you could just use it in the same turn. So if you've got, an attack 3 at the bottom, you just use this and then hit.
No one's using it on their attack 3.
I mean, with an extra 3 here, that's an attack 6.
Not when you know there's a 9 in here.
No, I know, but like if you need something to die right then, this goes at a 12. You've already got this out, right? Go to 12 to do 12 damage. Yeah, but that's pretty clutch.
12 is normally huge, but after reading all of this, 12 is not that exciting anymore.
It's not that exciting, but it's still pretty good, and it doesn't break your stealth either. So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like you do this and do 12 damage, and then you play this next turn and do another 12 damage. Right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Back to back. Yeah. That's anyway, I agree. You're doing this so you can do 100 damage in one go, but
I mean, you're taking 2 X cards then, so this X card has to be terrible then.
Yeah. Oh, wait, there's still another.
Oh, sorry.
Card. No, I forgot it's that as well. It's like that's all it does. The bottom of the card says move 4. Break. Control 1 adjacent enemy. Move 1. This movement must end in a hex adjacent to the silent knife.
Okay.
So it's like swing, but 1 hex.
Okay.
People who don't know what...
So this is the second control card. So it's another line.
Yes, another line. Yep.
Okay,
yep.
That's cool.
Or that could be... Oh, and it's defense as well. I guess Invis is kind of like defense, right? Yeah. There's your 1 defense card. So interesting. Interesting card. Very interesting card. I feel like the bottom isn't that great, although in similar reasons to this pool, this is probably your other way of isolating something. So if you've got like the single out, moving next to something, pulling it away from its allies to 1 hex next to you, and then hitting it for getting your bonus damage is, again, another way of manipulating that if nobody wants to help you out. Yeah.
Hold that thought. So I'll read this, and then I've got something to say about that.
Okay.
All right, we have Trickster's Reversal.
Ooh.
What number are we missing?
What do you mean?
Pick a number, like a fast number.
1?
No, don't be stupid, guys.
2?
No, 9.
Oh, okay.
Trickster's Reversal goes at a 9. It's a permanent persistent. On top, on your next melee attack, targeting an enemy that has shield, add plus X plus 2, where X is the target, the shield value of the target.
Okay.
So basically nullifying the shield. And then, yeah, you can only use that once. So it's got a little bubble. But it's not a burn.
Oh, it's not a burn.
Not a burn. It's
okay,
persistent.
Yep.
And just, yeah, so that's already more niche. You're picking this, obviously, if it's a shield heavy thing. The bottom is a round persistent. Negate the next damage, you would suffer this round.
Oh, there's a defensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tank. So definitely a much more niche card.
Yeah, very much so. So the top of that one, that's doing shield times 2 extra damage, right? So your
shield plus 2, yeah.
Oh, shield plus 2.
Yeah, so it's going to be you adding shield plus 2, where X is the value of the target. Oh yeah, so you're doing more damage than the shield. So if they have 3 shield, you're doing an extra 5 on top of whatever attack you're playing. So on your next attack.
So I tell you, add X plus 2. Where so the 2 that doesn't scale. Okay. So you always negate the shield and then do an extra bit of damage on top. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought it was like scaling, increasing with how much shield they had, which would be bonkers. But
no, it's almost like a way of ignoring the it's almost like a pierce.
Yeah, which is so weird because like the same effect would be when you attack something with shields, ignore their shields and add 2 damage, right?
But if you're piercing, you're using a ranged attack and you're piercing, you're still hitting for that value because that's how much shield there's there, but you're now going through it.
Yeah. True. Interesting. Okay.
What I was going to say very quickly was we were talking, obviously now this is becoming more relevant with the character info about coordinating with your allies. This character, you will need to coordinate so much, and it's different from like Banner Spear and positional ones that need things to line up a certain way, because this thing's going to go early more often than not, and delete something more often than not, which could potentially mess up so many other people, right? Communication is going to be so key, especially with the invis and all that kind of stuff. Like, turn to your Silent Night player and say, "What are you doing this round?"
Yeah.
And then plan accordingly.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Like going fast, big damage does have the habit, especially if you're not playing on like super high difficulty, right? Like things have 5, 6, 8 health. It's very easy to AMD something in or something that's damaged, it just dies. So yeah, it does become a little bit of like, what are you going to delete? Like, what are you killing?
Yeah, it's almost making them the leader.
Yeah.
Like, are you going to loot? You're looting all of that. Okay, cool.
And there's also a space where, you have things like single out or the ones that want them to be alone, where you might be like, okay, I'm going to go late. Can you kill that guy? Because there's 2 monsters left that aren't going to move. For example, we're locked in combat. I'm going to go really late. I need you to kill that so that I can get my bonus damage out on this one. So a little bit of that, how do you get your allies to help maximize your damage, but also try not to cuck them too often, because otherwise they're not gonna want to help you out, right? It's like, haha, I beat you.
Well, I mean, you don't have a lot of sustain, right? If you want some kind of a heal,
Anything, right?
Something,
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to bring your little,
Special mixture.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Like, thoughts overall. I ran into this issue with the Tinkerer. This is exciting, and I think because of the position of the isolation and also next to allies, that's what's going to keep it exciting. But mentioning earlier the role thing, I think if you've always got a role, whoever's playing this, Phil, if you're playing this, etc., it's like, your job is to kill the archer at the back. Your job is to kill the guy who's going to summon stuff at the back. And I think that's what's going to keep this exciting. Because obviously hitting hard is exciting, AMD flipping is exciting, but then I think the added, it's not rocket science at the end of the day, but it's going to still be satisfying, and then your group is still going to love you because you're deleting a high priority target that not everyone can deal with. And I think that's important to having a character like this. If it didn't have a lot of that, a lot of incentive to be isolating something at the back with all the movement and all of that, it's just a bit more of a run-of-the-mill, me hit hard, that's it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I 100% agree with your comment that Phil's playing this. So we don't have to
I think he was eyeing the Bruiser.
Oh, really?
Originally, because that looked like it was going to hit really, really hard.
Oh, okay.
And then this said, hold my beer.
Yeah, that's it. So I think one of the things with playing this, and it's going to be interesting when we see it, and I'm fascinated to see how other groups are doing it, is how often does this character get themselves into a position where they now need an out? So you can quickly, this isn't tanky and it has almost no self-sustain, right? You've got 1 invis card so far at level 1 and it's burn. Yeah, I'm going to go to the backline, I'm going to kill that character. But the backline's really far away, and a lot of the time it takes, they might be 1 hex closer to the front line of the enemies. Now suddenly they all go and they all swarm you. There's not a lot of bailout.
No.
And we've played with characters in through Frosthaven Crimson Scales that jumped into the back line, but they were able to kind of handle themselves in some way, maybe not sometimes, but they were at least a little bit. This thing is just going to die, right? 9 cards and 8 health. Even as you level up, it doesn't go up that much. You're not going to be able to self-sustain. Like, it doesn't seem like a solo character. It almost seems like if you're going to do that, go to the back line, you're going to go late. And you're going to go really, like, after everything, go in there, delete it, then go really early and then get out.
Yes.
So you're going to need to, it's like a little bit more of that, knowing what your limits are.
It's got no issue getting out, I think, based on all of the initiative cards. It's got a plethora of them, right? And a lot of movement. I think you're right. It's like, at the beginning of a round, go kill the archer, cool. I play my 9 and I go before everything. And then, so, like, you've got the 93 out of 5. What else is there?
There's an 86.
With no movement.
No, true. Yes, I mean, this is single out though, so this is an isolation one. So you could, but no, I agree. It's going to be tricky for whoever plays this to realize that you start a round. There's a bunch of monsters, and you go, great, cool. Yeah, I play my 5, and I play my move 5, and I do a jump, and I jump out there, or move my 6, whatever. And I go there and I delete it. It's all great. Okay, great. Well, you just finished your turn going at a 6. All right, now everything else has their turns. Oh, that archer shoots you. Oh, that guy moves up and hits you. Like, wow, now you're dead, right? Now not only that, but everything's out of position now for the other, so they all just move forward slightly. So everyone's like, great. So so this is where I think that could be a trap.
Like it.
And it's going to be a case of working out, making sure, like, if you can get in, you got to make sure you can get out. So, yeah, definitely think at low levels you're going to probably want to do a little bit more of just walking behind the front liners and using more of if they're adjacent to ally cards, and then trying to use, control them or pull them to get them around so that you're not taking the brunt of it.
No, yeah, I like that conundrum. I think it's cool. I think it puts a leash on something that potentially could be out of control.
Because the danger with something like this, and look, maybe level 2 to 9 gives you a bunch of invis cards, is that they give too much ability to just go do whatever you want. So jump in there, kill something, and then just go invis, and just be, well, for the next 2 turns, nothing can hurt me, right? And then you murder, and then you play invis cloak, and you go invis again. So there's no danger to you, and you don't actually have to sequence your cards because you're just like, oh, it's to be invis forever, which is the danger that's something that's like this. I like how it's fragile. So yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you reckon the AMDs are going to do?
I reckon they're going to be adding more numbers, to be completely honest.
Well, what about the non-AMDs?
Oh.
There'll be a rest one in there. I reckon when you rest, you may loot a adjacent token.
And blow it up. And everything around it takes 9 damage, plus if they're on their own.
That's 50, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. I think I can see more about what the AMD is going to look like with the, it's going to be +2 if they're on their own, +3 if they're next to an ally, things like that, which are fun because a lot of the times when you see those bonuses, like we've seen in Crimson Scales and also Frosthaven, it's like, it's a +2, the condition's not met, right? So there's going to be those, if not, just flat out number increases and removing stuff. Non-AMDs, no idea. I think they'll do a loot one. There'll be a loot one, and they can't possibly be bumping up the damage even further. Surely not.
Let's find out.
All right. Remove 1 -2. So there's just gone.
Done.
All right. Remove 2 -1s, and that's 1 tick.
That's 1 tick?
It's 1 tick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Who came up with this? All right. There's 3 ticks, as in 3 separate ones. You get to replace 1 -1 with a +1.
Okay, then.
So that's 4 -1s gone.
Yep.
Sorry, that's all 5 gone.
All 5 gone, and added 3...
3 +1s.
Yep. Okay, cool. Good.
You can replace a 1+0 card with a +1, gain 1 money token if this attack targeted an adjacent enemy card. Okay. So, yeah, it's melee, something next to you. There's 3 of those. So you're replacing 3 +0s with 3 of these +1s and more money. Because they definitely needed more of that. You can replace, there's 2 of these. You can replace 1 +0 with a +2 card. So... somewhere along the line, someone has complained that there's not enough +2s in the game. Because every character, and it's like not even one character that's just specializing in it. Like every character I've seen is suddenly going to give them +2s.
Big damage, yeah. Okay.
Replacing 1 +1 card with a +1 invis self-rolling card. There's 2 of those.
Okay, so there's a little bit of invis, yeah. Interesting.
Adding 1 +1 disarm card. There's 2 of those.
Yeah, okay.
And then non-AMDs. So already those are nice. There's no complaints.
I mean, the AMD is really good, right? You're going to end up with no -2, no -1s, and it sounds like no 0s. And you're going to have a bunch of +1s, +2s, and some rolls.
Yeah, you'll still have 2 0s.
Yeah.
No, you'll have 1.
So I think the interesting thing about that, though, is there's only 2 that are rolling, right? So you don't have this case where you can...
It's flattening, yeah.
Yeah, and... you're going to pull 1, and there's a good chance it's a 1 or a 2, right? So there's a good chance that whatever the number says here, then you're going to be 1 or 2 higher, but not a lot of a chance that it's going to keep going and going and going. So you're probably going to just get an extra 1 or 2, which is good, and that number's high.
Because it curbs it down from being stupid.
Well, that's exactly it. It's not one of those things where you'd be like, oh, there, and then there, and then there. And so when you tune your AMD and you get all those rollings, and you can end up getting 3 in one every attack, that's when things start getting stupid, right?
Interestingly, with the rolling, with the invis one, That's the one time you can get invis when you don't want to be because you're preparing for your buff thing.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
I mean, the any of the statuses on AMDs you can ignore.
Oh, okay.
So luckily, like element generation and all that, in case you're doing something bad because the enemy's going to use it. But there was an instance where I can see that I don't want to go invis.
I don't want. Yeah.
All right, one tick at the end of each of your rests. You may place one of your money tokens in the hex occupied by an enemy within range 3 to perform attack 1. Target that enemy, range 3. I'm sorry? Like, it's borderline the bomb loot thing that I was saying as a joke. So at the end of each of your rests.
Yeah, any rest, yeah.
Any rest. You can place one of your money tokens, so on something you've looted.
Yeah.
In the hex occupied by an enemy within range 3. To then perform attack 1, targeting that enemy, range 3.
Yeah, okay. So it's a ranged attack. Attack 1, range 3. Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Okay.
Weird?
Very weird, right?
Because you're giving up money for it as well.
Money,
yeah.
Unique, I like it, and again, I know we've looked at a couple of other unboxings that have these anytime rest ones where you could mid cycle of cards just be like, that thing landed on 1 HP and that's going to be massive, and you went at a 6. Right, well, no, I suppose rest happens at the end. But at the end of the round, something's left on 1 HP and you really needed to die, right? I'll do a short rest and throw an extra damage at it, right?
If they're willing to split with their money.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why I'm saying it's critical. So, yeah, interesting.
I like that there's more rest ones as well, actually.
Yeah.
All right, the next one is whenever you complete a city event,
Okay.
draw an attack modifier card as though you were performing an attack 4. Gain an amount of gold equal to the damage the attack would have dealt.
No, it does not say that.
I could not make that up. It came off too confidently to be made up. So when you go to the city, back at the Gloomhaven, you're performing a city event, you get to just draw an AMD and pretend it's an attack 4, and that's how much money you make. So that's gold. That's not coin.
Coin, yeah. But
Yeah.
so 4, and with that AMD that we were just looking at, there's a good chance that you're getting
You got
+1.
Fanatic.
So you're getting on base, ignoring crits and misses, right? You're getting between 3 to 5 gold
Every event.
every event. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I quite like that as well, and thematically around like it being that's how it makes money. You're doing silent knife assassin jobs.
What would make that previous AMD, non-AMD one cool is if you can determine how much money you put in. Because the character's centered around obviously looting a lot. I think if it's scaled up with, because it's an attack 1, you play 1 token, it's an attack 1. If you sit there and put 3 in there, it's an attack 3. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would make the decision a lot more clutch in those situations where something's low. Do you want to guarantee the kill?
Yeah.
How much money? Because the money stays there, I assume.
Oh, you're placing it there, so you just got to pick it back up again. Oh, yeah. See, I like the idea of that, burning the money, but better scale up a little bit. So, like,
But where's the money go, guys?
I don't know. Just
Well, it has to go somewhere.
into the money pit.
Well, unless the guy runs
like
off
all
with
my
it.
money, it just goes into the money pit. Yeah, the guy runs off.
He can't. Eventually you'll kill him and he'll drop the money again.
You can't loot him.
Infinite money. The last one is a double perk. Once each scenario, during a turn.
Loot 2,
No.
loot 3,
No.
loot 4,
Perform something self.
loot 4 self.
No, in this.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah.
So everything I said went out the window. Yeah, good.
It's once though.
Yeah, but it just seems like it's just like the danger of this character is that you're not going to be able to figure out how to not die. Oh, okay, here, just go do that.
Yes and no, but more no. No more yes. It does take 2 ticks.
Yeah, still, it's like one of those negates the weakness of the class
what you mean.
kind of things. Like pay 2 ticks to negate this weakness. I don't like that.
Well, you've got to play around the weakness. That's part of enjoying the character.
Yeah.
But if you level up high enough, the weakness is gone.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
I see what you mean.
Yeah, anyway, look, that's fine. Like it's there. If I was playing this character, I'm probably going to go more heavy into those insane AMD things like removing your -2 or 2 of your -1s.
Replacing the +0 with +2s.
I mean, they are. That's what I think. Yeah. So maybe you're right. The 2 ticks, especially early on, if you're starting this character halfway through the game and you're starting with 10 ticks, it doesn't make a difference, right? But
It's a play count thing as well. That could be more of a priority for 2 people.
that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's an interesting thing there, and I think maybe the cost is right. If it was 1, no, but 2 is a lot, especially at low levels. So yeah, okay, cool. Maybe I've shifted a little bit on it.
No, man, that was great. Good.
A little bit. I didn't say I was like just did a 180.
Master Race.
Loot 10 money tokens in 1 scenario.
No, sort of. One of them is end 3 scenarios with 12 or more money tokens.
Okay. All right. The other one is...
Which seems real easy, by the way.
Deal 100 damage in 1 turn.
In a single scenario, only attack enemies that are adjacent to one of your allies or adjacent to none of their allies and perform at least 10 attacks.
Okay, so you're picking one of the paths and you're just doing it 10 times.
Which is cool because, it's not a matter of just do this 10 times, it's only do this.
Yeah. So you can't do 1 5 and the other one 5, right? You've got to do 1 10.
Well,
because there's only, yeah?
No, as in, it says only attack enemy. And what I mean is you can't just go, I need to do this 10 times, attacking next to a thing. I'm attacking 13 times altogether, and 3 of those, the monster's not next to an ally. So it's not meeting the requirement. If you do that, you fuck it up.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. It's like, you have to do this 10 times
attacks.
and you're restricted.
Yes.
Not just like hit the threshold off.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, okay. I like Masters. They both seem doable as well.
Yes.
I think that's more on the lines of interesting, doable. I like the ones like that do this X amount of scenarios because it paces it out.
Yes.
You're going to have to try to get 12 loot tokens. That's a lot.
3 scenarios of 12 or more, yeah, that is a lot.
12 loot tokens is heaps.
Yeah, you've got, and the good thing is other than just standard loot cards, you've got attacks that allow you to loot tokens, and then there's an AMD in here that does that as well.
You do.
If you're targeting an adjacent thing, but it's still a crazy amount.
It is. You're probably going to need to target those scenarios that have a bunch of loot tokens on the ground, because if you're thinking about even a 4-player game, unless it's a swarm-based scenario, you're probably not getting that many more monsters in it. Maybe 15 monsters in a scenario is probably a higher number. So unless the party all agree that then nobody wants any money for ages.
Well, we're not a very loot-heavy party,
No.
so we're places that should be fairly achievable.
Yeah.
The amount of times we leave loot.
But you can imagine the Silent Knife being like, guys, I got 11 again, sorry. They're like, you've been doing this for 6 scenarios and you keep being one off.
Or you're at 12 and it's all riding on you to throw one of those coins at something. We need it. We fail.
Oh dear. So
it's cooler than I thought.
yes, that's probably where I've landed. I don't think that I'd want to play this. I did play it in digital. It seems a bit different. It definitely seems different, and it does seem like there's more interesting things going on. But I think from what I'm seeing here is it's a cool progression of a damage-based class with a small amount of positional requirements without it being do or die. I think that's maybe where the one complexity comes in, right? Because we talk about floor and ceiling. To make this thing do damage is actually quite easy. To make it really sing, especially with the low hand size, you probably have to really be efficient with your movements, your positioning, your card use. You definitely don't want to burn any cards early because they're all so good. So
I think with if you play this on a high difficulty, which I think we will like to try to do, at least a +1 or more, when monsters have a higher hit point level, that will add to the enjoyment, I think, of making me want to play this more. Because if you're running to the back and going, I delete you, I delete you, I delete you, that's fun for some people. That may not be challenging or fun. But if you're going up and going, cool, this thing at the back that's messing everyone up, it's got 13 health, that's where the interest comes in. Do I burn on this if I go back there? Because they're going to run into that same issue of, I can get there, but can I get... I can get there early, but then I'm going to have to take a hit from a now scaled up monster that's going to be hitting harder on my squishy self.
Yeah,
All
interesting. Yeah, cool.
right, cool. Phil,
Enjoy.
I guess have fun with it. Bob comes back. All right,
All
done.
right. Well, thanks for joining us.
See you later.